very much. Their 6-2 record will give them utter confidence heading into this one. This should be a banger. Crowd, get me into this one. Here we go. Bad start.
Worst possible start, but it doesn't matter. P1 is where we begin our battle. The heavyweights are going to be throwing haymakers. And the green wall will be looking to lock down P1. Keep an eye on that mini-map though. The P2 is what both teams will be keeping that positioning for.
Keep an eye on that P2 especially. We've seen the rotation from 2 to 3 yesterday from Optic. One sublime, it's not a bad start from huke with 2 kills underneath his belt, keeping the spawns P2, potentially lock Boston in here.
We saw them against Surge yesterday. Optic really put the hammer down. This time though, they are fighting back. You can see Boston getting a little bit of time, but they're going to be wiped out of this one. The most important thing here for Optic is going to be that P2 rotation.
We're in a really good spot here. Optic are able to lock down the areas of the map they need to, and now Boston Breach are going to spawn in an awkward little position. Beans is able to find one, but he's the only one who can get to spawn over towards open, so Boston Breach are a lot closer than Optic may consider.
They're looking for it. Huke trying to hold the door. He knows the challenge coming in as well. Beans will find the first. The trade is coming through, and shotzzy will find it with Dashy. And that is just enough to hold on to it. You can see the rest of Boston now looking to try and wrap this P2.
They're going to have one rapper at the back, and I'd imagine they'll then start to try and contest in the middle of the map. Kills start to fall away. It's a 2-for-2 so far. shotzzy trying to stay alive, but good spawns here still for Optic when you consider P3. They're in a good spot. 44 points to their name. Dashy finds 2 and a third. Bruce lighting up the main stage to King. Oh my goodness me!
And yesterday, they did this versus Surge. It is not a fluke, it is just the way things are as Dashy continues to go to work, but a bullet missed. Eventually shut down to Awakening, but it doesn't matter. The rotation is in. Optic are in P3, they have control. It is a hard break for Boston.
And this is what worked out so well for them yesterday. The P2, they flip Boston towards the back. They've got perfect row. Over towards 3. shotzzy locking down gate. We'll find one potential break here for the side of Boston.
Big Wake only finds 2, and it's a big fight up top. Huke staying alive, but Beans will eventually go down. There's a little bit of a spawn out for both sides. It's parallel spawns. They're going to know this, but Optic fill the kill feed. Only Beans remains against shotzzy, but he is surrounded and down he goes. No time for Boston.
Really good rotational play outside of Optic Texas once more. It's what worked out for them against Seattle. It's working out brilliantly to kick off their Sunday here at the Major. Looking down some more time, 15 seconds remaining here. Boston Breach neatly now gets a good time over towards cannons in a good spot to start to lock Optic in if they can do. Will be a very big moment for Boston if they can find some good time here.
Fortress Hardpoint has done so well for Optic in the last couple of games. This might become a veto for the rest of the teams. They were not expecting it. For Boston Breach, a way back into this potentially. A full 60 here will do them justice. But they still have to hold off the green wall. Beans desperate trying to get out of it. Dashy will take him down. They are forced to back up. Nero looking for him as Dashy doesn't miss.
14 and 7 from Bruce so far. The crowd showing their appreciation in every given moment. Ghosty with a second as well. This is getting a little bit out of hand as Vivid will find 2 to maybe slow things down. But it's another break. It's 120 and rising for Optic Texas. The lead is above 100 already. Boston Breach are here and heading over towards the blacksmith. They're trying to lock some good time in, but they haven't been able to deal with the slaying levels of Optic Texas and set it on the desk. Sometimes they can just come out and fry you, and that's exactly what's happening to Boston right now.
Every single time Boston hit up against either Ghosty or Dashy, they fall like weed. Let's find out though how the green wall is feeling. This is a listening with Optic Texas.
Top maps, one is each one.
I'm playing for nerd. Where are you guys spawning? I'm playing a nerd.
Watching big arch, big arch.
Get time if you can.
Somebody get time, and it has to be you. I'm blocking.
Yo, what guys go? Gate. What's gate? He's getting up benches.
I got time.
Two spot you on. That's my guy.
Hold your big arch, drive your phone.
I got big arch. He's from backside. He's like behind the bricks. Close corner nerd. Yo, one guy's spawn trapping, going for maps. Yo, open up. He's for maps. I'm coming up.
Open.
Watch out, going fucking top single.
Box.
He's behind the box and on time. There's 2 on time right now.
One's low army.
Nice hand. Let's fucking go, man.
Okay, yo, one's going top stone, one's going bottom darkness.
One guy's white. No. He's white truck. Coming.
Top single, brother. Heard you.
Yeah, we're gonna nerd sets on new. Nerd on new.
Going top single. Top single.
Nerd on new. Nerd on new.
I'm looking top single. He's stuck. That's Siri. Just Siri.
Watching this cross. He's outside.
We take Hydra cross for inside.
And the comms are precise. We go into the second set of rotations, and Boston have only found 35 points. This is no longer looking like a game, it is looking like a mismatch. 21-12 for Dashy as he opens up the heavens and delivers divine judgment to Boston.
It's looking so good for Optic Texas. Boston, as you said, have hardly even had a chance to lock down some good time. They've been broken over and over again. One of the big catalysts for the side of Boston and why they're finding so many wins in this season in general has been Awakening. He's really struggled so far. Dashy just absolutely destroying Boston right now alongside the rest of his teammates. It's looking so good now for Optic Texas. P1 control is there. They're doing the same thing as they did last time. P2 looking good, although a slip through for Boston. This could be their moment of respite to try and get back into this game. You chain P2 to P3, you're back in it.
Now they are looking. Boston back against a wall. We've seen it come back before, but I don't know if we'll see it again at this major. Right now, Optic have all the time in the world to try to lock this down. Dashy looking just to thread the needle, finding the player. Doesn't need to, his teammate will rock in already, and he'll just gun Vivid out of his socks. Nothing there for Boston, as they now have to run and they have to fight for scrap time. It's getting out of control.
And that's the problem. You got the P3 spawns if you're Boston, but this 25 seconds over towards the side of Optic is disastrous. Kill starting to flow through now for shotzzy. Does he find beats as well? Makes him weak, comes back from after dealing with Awakening 2. Rotation starting to come through. Vivid, the only one, the only bastion for this side of Boston Breach left in this point. If this rotation goes to Optic, it might as well be game.
P1, P2, P3, Optic have found everything. Boston may have just slowed this down for a second, but Dashy is still alive on a 6 streak, still playing his life, eventually will fall. shotzzy will take up the slack though with 2, and there's nothing Boston can find. Every single time in the kill feed, it's all Optic, as they fight desperately just to get this scrap time.
It's a good amount of scrap time though. 35 seconds still remaining on this hill. Slight spawn out for Vivid there as well. Over towards the double doors. That's one kill. You'll probably find the second. Can he lock this down? Some decent time for Boston Breach. The first time that we've really seen it. But the problem being Optic Texas. Yeah, Vivid's doing great here. They are 15 seconds away from closing out a dominant performance in map number 1. And has to be past perfect for the side of Boston. They have to ascend into something ridiculous here if they want to try and find the win, but it's looking like all Optic. The kill feed lighting up green, but not the green of Boston. Optic Texas are so deep entrenched. Boston are so far away, and Optic need 10 points for the win.
10 seconds to destiny. You can run from it, you can hide from it, but it still arrives. The green wall continues to put the hurt onto Boston, and now it's done. Dustin, Championship Sunday. Welcome to the 100 Point Club, Boston Breach.